So in this segment, I'm pretty late to covering this stuff. It's just a kind of backlog of stories I need to go through, which is, David Lammy saying he didn't support the strikers at BA. He's now changed his mind. He said, those of us in public life should admit when they make mistakes. That's why I'm apologising to all BA workers for getting it wrong on Sunday. BA must restore the pay of their loyal workforce, and the government must sit down with employers and workers to address chronic low pay in aviation. So it took him a good few days to apologise. The clip is from can I find a date on it? The 26th. It took him about 3 days to apologise. But if we just watch this clip here, and there's another one I wanted to go through as well, which kind of shows you that the Labour MPs, the front bench especially, are so lost when it comes to the strikes. They have no idea what to say, and they're so desperate to look prime ministerial or, ready, to take over government, that they don't know what to say here. They're against the strikes. Even though we've seen from recent polling, is something I need to cover, that, Mick Lynch, by going on TV, he's actually changed public opinion. That's something the Labour Party could do, but they're so scared, constantly looking at the polls. It's embarrassing. So we're going to go through this clip without me talking endlessly. Just so frustrated, honestly.
What about GMB and Unite workers, who are the unions representing the BA check-in staff, the ones who say they're going to go on strike, who balloted for strike this summer, who could ruin a lot of people's summer holidays? They're balloting for strike because of a 10% pay cut that was imposed on them during the pandemic. They want it reversed. Do you support them? Will you stand?
So if we look at the framing, first of all, she said, it's going to cause disruption and people to lose their flights. Okay, framing's a bit sus there, but there was a 10% pay cut imposed on them during the pandemic, so they lost 10% of their money. Now obviously we're out of the pandemic for the most part. The cases are still quite scary, but if we hear what David Lammy has to say about this, them just wanting to go back to pre-pandemic levels, forget 11% inflation or whatever, they just want the 10% back that was taken from them by BA, right? Let's have a look at what he has to say.
Stand with them.
Well, look, all of us are feeling the pinch with inflation.
No, you're not, mate, because at the end of the day, you're an MP, you're on, I think, more than £80,000 a year. That's nothing compared to what the BA workers make. They earn far less than you. You occasionally freelance on LBC, which I'm sure you're paid for. So to argue all of us are feeling the pinch is ridiculous. You have your expenses paid for. I doubt the BA workers do. Travel expenses, etc., food, etc. So, for him to make that statement shows how out of touch he is. And you can tell I've been quite frustrated with this.
Many of us might want a rise of 10%. In truth, most people understand it's unlikely that you're going to get that. It's a negotiation, and it would not be right, it would not be responsible opposition if I suggested yes to every strike, you should get your... No one would.
So do you support them or...
So why do MPs get above inflation pay rises then?
Not.
No, I don't. It is a no. It's a categorical no.
Why?
Because I'm serious about the business of being in government, and the business of being in government is that you support negotiation. Now, every single dispute will be different.
The argument, you want to be serious, want to be in government and look at the merits of it. That's basically what he's arguing. So he hasn't actually listened to the question. He doesn't actually know what's happened here, and it's very embarrassing for him to go on national television and come up with these arguments.
Most of them are not just on salary. Many are on conditions, many are on modernisation, some are on pensions. So it would be slightly binary to suggest it was solely about salary. But responsible government negotiates. This government is in the driving seat. This government isn't.
And, BA aren't owned by the government, are they? British Airways, it's a private company. He's trying to conflate it with the RMT stuff, which is slightly different. I mean, I despair. He's trying to turn it into like a political point here, which is fine, but he's done it in probably one of the most stupid ways possible and made an argument that makes no sense. If he wrote this as an essay, he'd get a fail.
Negotiating. This government is not supporting...
Well, this particular strike is British Airways, obviously, isn't it?
Yeah, but look at what's happening in Britain. We've got queues in all our airports, both on the security side and both waiting for your luggage. You can't get a passport. You can't get a driving licence. The country's in a standstill. It's not Labour Party in the driving seat. It's the Conservatives in the driving seat. They're running the country, and they're running it very badly. We're now in back for your...
Let's have a look. So if we go through this again, right, he talks about the situation with the queues, right? It's the airports that run them, as far as I'm aware. The airports, they were paid to essentially keep on staff. They didn't. That's on them. the stuff with the DVLA. The DVLA are a private agency that run it. They're run very badly. The government should be able to deal with that. You've got the Passport Office, which is going very badly, thanks to Preet Patel. So that's something they can deal with. But he's conflating so many different things. He's conflating the BA stuff, which is completely different from the situation with the RMT, with the DVLA, and with the Home Office. So, he's trying to make it into like, oh, the government's at fault for all of this stuff, when that's not really 100% true. And I'm a guy who criticises the Conservatives on a daily. So the points he's making here make no sense. And it's just frustrating. Yes, he apologised to the BA workers, but the simple fact is this is a mistake he should never have made, because he should have listened to the question, which is there was a 10% pay cut imposed on them. They're fighting to get that money back essentially now that we're out of the pandemic for the most part, and then he's gone out there and attacked them. What's the point? And how many people are going to see this apology? It's got 9,000 likes, so if we assume probably 15,000 people may have seen it. Compared to how many people would have seen this clip on television. This got 655,000 views. It's just crazy to me, like how kind of naive and stupid some of these front benchers are. And if we go to this kind of supercut, obviously things are taken out of context a bit here, but this clip is just so embarrassing, honestly. So you start off with David Lammy, there's a few others here.
To say, I don't want confusion for people listening. The RMT is not affiliated to the Labour Party.
Do you support the strikes?
Well, look, I support the public, and I don't think that taking sides is the right way forward.
You didn't support
railway workers not members of the public? No?
the strikes as they happened now because we felt it was very disruptive to the country.
That's the point, though. They're meant to be disruptive. It's meant to put you in a position where you finally realise this is what happens without these workers. Things go wrong, therefore they deserve a pay rise.
A serious party of government does not join picket lines.
I don't think taking sides is the...
And so I was yesterday, so I wasn't on a picket line myself.
No, but they've got freedom to protest and strike. I'm just against them doing it.
Do you support them or not?
I'm just so done with some of these people, and you know, like, honestly, the fault is with the leadership, because they have to actually give out a message. They have to tell, you know, MPs where the direction of the party is. You know, do they support BA workers? Obviously, it should be a yes. That's an easy yes. How would they resolve the issue with the RMT strikers right now? You know, this is stuff the Labour Party should, in my opinion, be talking about, but there's such a lack of leadership here. And you've got David Lammy absolutely embarrassing himself on national television because he didn't listen to the question, and the line is that they don't want to support the strikes, in my opinion, because they're disruptive. And they want to look like they're the party of government. They want to pin all of this stuff on the Tories, which, for the most part, they can do. But for certain disputes like the BA workers, I don't think they can. That's a dispute between a private company and their workforce. What the Labour Party should be saying is, yes, I believe workers should have the right to fight for better pay. That's what they should be talking about. But I'm kind of just done. I'm going to vote for them next time out. I don't really have a choice. But, you know, I just do better. You know, honestly, just do better. It's a low bar, guys. It's a low bar, and you just can't seem to be able to jump it, and it's really frustrating. But anyways, I'm going to leave it there. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Support the channel on Patreon if you can, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one.